Fifth seeded Mansfield Christian Flames getting ready to take on the team on the floor right now, the number 3 seed in this district, the new London Lady Wildcats, out on the floor looking to get to another district tournament, try to repeat a run they had to regionals a season ago. We'll see if they get there tonight on the OH Report.
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards Checking. It's our superpower.
Did you know that every parent in Ohio may now choose the right school for their child? Hi, I'm Dr. Cy Smith, Superintendent at Mansfield Christian School. Thanks to new legislation, all of Ohio's children are now eligible for a school voucher. No matter where you live, everyone qualifies, and 80% of Ohioans qualify for the full voucher amount. We are so excited for Christian families who can now align their child's education with their Christian values at a private school like Mansfield Christian. Give them the truth that they desperately want and need. Give them a Christian education. You can find out more information at mcsflames.org or call 419-756-5651.
Every time that we walk in, we know we're going to walk into a place that's very clean, and when we walk in, we have a professional environment to come to. The reliability of Pinnacle is always on the spot. We've been with them 16 years so far. They're committed, they are professional, they are very transparent with their pricing, and they excel at meeting every goal and every need we have.
Tonight's presentation of high school sports is brought to fans by Fawcett Tax Services. Professional services you can trust. Request a free consultation at fawcettax.com.
Take a look at all the action from Friday night football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Happy Halloween!
Shout out to the new London Athletic Boosters, bringing you our pregame show here tonight as we are live and free from Buckeye Central High School. The Buckets in game 1 of this doubleheader tonight, won via the sweep over Winford. They await the winner of this one between the Mansfield Christian Lady Flames, who take the court right now. Actually, this is New London out on the floor as the Lady Wildcats are set to go after about 3 minutes or so on the floor. Jonathon Langdon here on the call. Brandon Powell, your camera operator tonight. Adam Thompson will be your director and producer. He'll help you with all of the replays, all the special stuff you're seeing on your screen, starting with the spotlight of this away side. And I know it's the new London Boosters pregame show, but we got to give some love to Mansfield Christian, also sponsoring this broadcast. as they come into this game 11-11. Make your wish, Mansfield Christian Flames fans. Maybe you'll come out of here with a win. So as of late, this team has not had the greatest luck. They've lost their last 3 games, but they were the best of the rest in the MBC, which was dominated by Kidron Central Christian, a team that played fantastic in the MBC this year, and they're looking to make a deep run in the postseason themselves. But Mansfield Christian losses to Ashland, Northmore, and Buckeye Central. If you look at those teams and you look at the programs they have, those are losses that you probably would have expected, because Ashland's got a great team this year. Northmore looked great this season. And Buckeye Central, of course, we just saw them in game 1. They are a sight to behold as well. But the Flames, at some point, got to figure it out if they want to make a big tournament run, and tonight could be the night against a good New London side. Player spotlight for Mansfield Christian, someone that I've gotten to see firsthand earlier on in the season. I got to see Mansfield Christian when they played against Clear Fork. They won a 5-set thriller. Adele Kramer was the standout for me in that game. Top attacker in the MBC. I love that picture, by the way, as Adele with 2 statistics over 200 plus kills and digs, 17 blocks. Maybe if she plays another great game here today, we could try to emulate that picture yet again. But Adele, you see her on your screen. Great season from her. The senior looking to extend her career against a really solid New London side. Those boosters are waiting to hear about these Lady Wildcats. Well, here they are. This team made a run all the way to regionals last season. They upset Buckeye Central in a district championship game. If they win here today, it would be a rematch, and they would love to see the Buckets yet again. But of course, task at hand, Mansfield Christian. You already beat this team earlier on in the year in a 2-0 sweep on a Saturday quad match back on September 6th. But then you also have a solid win against Loudonville, who had great games in the KMAC. They finished second in that league, in fact. You also, in Firelands play, had some decent wins, none bigger than that Western Reserve win that you got against a team that was a spot ahead of you in the standings. They're also coming off a couple of losses, but you look at the programs there as well. South Central, Monroeville, St. Paul, some really good teams that New London has been tested by. Let's take it back out to the court here. Actually, no, we got a player spotlight first. Let's talk about New London and their star player, who is over 300 kills on the year, and it is Pailee Wilson, one of 7 Lady Wildcat seniors. So this, a very veteran group looking to make that deep postseason run, as we mentioned. 313 kills. Led the, Firelands Conference. I almost said the N10. The Firelands Conference in blocks, 75, far and away the leader in the league in that category, 42 of which have been solo. She is a beast, and you see her out there. Just the height disparity between her and her teammate to her left there. That's number 15, Avery Bailey, but Pailee Wilson, she's going to be in the middle for most of this game for New London. Expect big things out of number 22 in black. We had the national anthem in game 1. Believe we're not going to be doing it here a second time, so we won't be cut off. Let's go ahead and go into those keys to victory, and we'll go back to Mansfield Christian, circle back to the Lady Flames. Keys to victory for them in this game is to play off of the blocks, because you know that this team in New London is going to love to get hands on those attacks. So if you can, obviously you want to get through the blocks and get some nice powerful kills, swing some momentum, but that may not be possible in spurts against this New London Lady Wildcat team. You just have to go off of the sides of the arms. Just try to find some locations where it can bounce off and throw off the defense for New London. But Mansfield Christian, you also want to try to take away the pin hitters that are also going to be dangerous. Of course, Wilson up the middle will be dangerous, but they've got other options. So if you desperately have to, you could make it a Pailee Wilson show if you let her get hers, which she's due for in this game. But just make sure multiple players are not killing you on the defensive side. For New London, keys to victory for them: win the front row. The Lady Wildcats obviously talked about the presence they have up there with Wilson. If you can continue to own that part of the floor, That's going to be big for you. That was a big impact in the last game we saw between Buckeye Central and Winford. And then utilize size. Need I say anything more? It goes hand in hand with key number 1. So New London taking on Mansfield Christian here tonight. Can we get a look at the bracket one final time? As there it is. Buckeye Central with the sweep of Winford. Shout out Adam Thompson on the fly updating these brackets. Buckeye Central will head to a district semifinal against the winner of this game. N10 rival for Buckeye Central, Cary, is a 2 seed on the bottom half of the bracket. They've got Van Buren to go through, but if they do end up making themselves over to a district championship game, what a matchup that would be between any of the 3 teams that are left on the top half of that bracket that we're going to get to see in action here today. Both teams wearing black. Yes, good luck, my producer says to me. Fortunately, they will not be mixing together. Mansfield Christian will be on the right side of your screen. New London will be on the left side of your screen as Adele Kramer gets the Flames hype as they are just about ready for go time as our New London Athletic Booster pregame show comes to a close. Last time I saw the Lady Flames, it was a 5-set thriller with Clear Fork that they came out in front towards the latter end of the regular season. This is a very formidable New London squad that they're going to want to try to stay close with the entire way. Speaking of Clear Fork, a team that we saw earlier today on the OH Report take on Edison, they lost via the sweep, so the Clear Fork Lady Colt volleyball season came to an end over at Willard tonight. Congratulations to them on a solid season, but also some good news for Clear Fork because, you know, it's the Clear Fork Report over here at the OH Report. 8-0, that boys soccer squad took down Galleon just a few moments ago via a mercy rule that has been added to the soccer tournament. We are underway from Buckeye Central. We focus in on New London and Mansfield Christian. It's a first kill for the Lady Wildcats. Brooke Klaus, the senior middle hitter, starts on the outside and gets a nice kill. Shout out to all of those watching us with us on the NFHS network as well. Great partnership with the OH Report as we will get to cover playoff volleyball even later down the stretch, thanks to our partnership with the NFHS. Great defense by New London. Tight ball to the net. Nelson able to get that away. This one off the block, and there goes Pailee Wilson. Gets herself off to a solid start. It's 2-0 Cats. New London, coached by Sarah Thomas. She watches this ball nearly go out of bounds. Hits off the tape. Forced to play out of Nelson. Far side, left-handed punch play by Gracie Thomas. Set up the middle, back to Nelson. She is blocked. Chelsea Ward. She was the MVP in that game. I got to see Mansfield Christian play against Clear Fork. She has been a great presence up the middle for the Flames on their side of things. 2-1, Cats still lead. That serve sent over by Nora Cook. Standing swing, Wilson misses out of bounds. We're tied. Coming in, had my predictions of how the games would go tonight. Kind of saw the writing in the walls for a sweep in the first game. I have high hopes in this game that this could go 4, maybe even 5, and turn into an entertaining one here as we see the Cats win the point. Here's the serve from 23, Gracie Thomas. Running up on this one, shot is blocked as Kramer has it sent right back towards her. There's the leading blocker making a statement early from the Firelands Conference, Pailee Wilson. Ward this time plays it off the block just like we said they needed to. So She scores the last 2 points for the Flames. She'll take a seat. Got herself a block and a kill in quick succession. Libero serve out of Mackenzie Webb. Kramer tries again, power touch to the other libero, Ava Ringler, and Wilson on the quick set. Nice connection between her and Weaver. Or correction, it was actually Thomas with the set. (5-3) New London. Here goes Haley Pilot. Short serve just over the tape. Set from Granter. Setter dump up by the Flames. Kramer will step up on it. Near side swing. Good volley here between both sides. Back set, Nelson, the lefty swing. One bounce into Coach Sarah Thomas for New London. That's out of bounds. Cats lead 6-3. Nelson again, this time keeps it in play. Forces a dig out of Ringler. Wilson misses out. Tell you what, she's got some great power behind that arm. Shot out of a cannon, just not in play. Back set to Wilson, tries to paint the corner, misses long. Decent run from the Flames here. It's now 6-5. New London still leads. Bullet serve will win the ace. Good stuff out of Nelson. That's her 41st service ace of the year. We'll see Bailey whip it up again. Back set from the libero, Ringler. This one blocked and taken out of play. Flames take the lead. Nelson, another ace. Bailey Nelson doing a great job at the service line. Also this year for Bailey, second on the team in kills with 130. A .131 hitting percentage. This one out of bounds for the service error. Also on the season, 11 blocks. So not Pailee Wilson level, but still very serviceable. Nelson has been a great piece this season. She takes a seat. Kramer runs up on this ball near side, forces a solid dig out of Pilot. Mansfield Christian spots the corner. Wilson couldn't scoop it up. And the Flames on a nice run. You could say they're heating up. 9-7. Over by Klaus. This ball off the block. Joust at the net. Mansfield Christian won the joust at first, and then it gets deflected back over to their side. See it here again. They get the first contact, but then great stuff by Pilot getting up and sending it the other way. Two-hand send over, it's clean. In the eyes of the officials, they called a lot of double contacts in the last game. None yet here in this set. Bump set, this one swung on. Easy dig for New London. Up the middle, Pilot leaves it short. Actually, Klaus there with the error. Back to serve, Bella Rayburn, the senior middle hitter. She wins an ace. A couple of those already so far for Mansfield Christian. The Flames capitalizing from the service line. They had 237 of those aces this year coming into today. Nice job getting that on the right side of the antenna. Ward, however, finishes it off. Flames 12, Cats 8. Timeout, New London. Sarah Thomas wants to tack. So Chelsea Ward closes the door for the moment on the Cats. They lead by 4. As we show you some of the points that have really helped Mansfield Christian here as of late. A couple of errors on the side of New London. And then also playing off of those blocks like we said that they needed to. These are just every single point from just the last few. There's a couple highlights splattered here and there from earlier on in this set. That was an ace there from Bailey Nelson. And the blocks doing their job so far for Mansfield Christian. That's really what I take away. And then the aces also stacking up. Take us out of the timeout. Rayburn continues to serve. Thomas dug up by Kramer. Should be a free ball from Ward that does not hit cleanly off the platform. Looked like there she swung the arm too early and it hit all of the left side of her body. And an ace out of New London, Harper Clemens, newly installed. The sophomore able to get a point in favor of the Lady Cats. Nearly wins another one. We'll see a free ball from Kramer. Keeps it in near side back corner. Set up the middle. Another dig by Kramer, high into the air. Ward jousts at the net. Keeps it clean. Near side, Sydney Wilson. Thomas finds a gap, and they'll give it to New London. Ball fell on the floor. There was also a violation on the Flames. Double whammy gives New London a 1-point deficit now. This ball just out of bounds. Kramer, good eye. Sophia Granter, the setter for Mansfield Christian. Not the greatest set on New London's side. Granter sent that serve away. She digs this one up. Pump set from the libero Webb. Wilson, solid contact on the ball. Far side now, off the block and down. Gracie Thomas, the senior. Pailee Wilson got a short break for New London. She's back in. Menacing front row now as we see the Flames unable to return. All knotted at 13. Ringler relocates. Up by Nelson. Webb the set. Wilson taps it just out. Tried to go over the block, missed the line. New London continues to serve. Get to see two teams that are in very similar spots. Middle of the road in their conferences. Even though Mansfield Christian did finish second, but it was such a big gap between first place that they basically did finish middle of the road, as you see Wilson slam one down. But they both come into this game 11-11. New London went 6-8 in conference. Mansfield Christian went 4-3. But here they are, seeded, I think, correctly. New London, very good squad, very good Firelands Conference. They deserve the higher seeding in this one. But Mansfield Christian, that doesn't mean they're not going to compete. Cats up 3. One thing that does get interesting with the seeding is tournament draws happen before the biggest week of volleyball, when conference races are being decided, which I get why. It's because as this ball sails out of bounds, Thomas tried to spot the corner, but you want to make sure everybody has ample time to prepare to get to those sectional games, so you give them a week in advance. But that's a crucial time when you get to seeding. Some teams may be too highly seeded, some may be too low, like underrated, overrated sort of deal. But you don't see that here in this game. Overpass, tapped down by Wilson. Nice and simple, it's 18-14. In fact, we'll see a timeout out of Mansfield Christian. Coach Barbara wants to talk with the Flames. There's a montage of Wilson so far in this game. You've gotten to see her powerful swings. You've got to see her play off of the block. You're going to see a lot more of that here as this game progresses. And the Flames are going to have to game plan to put a stop to it. While I do not agree with how, getting back to my conversation earlier, while I don't agree with how things are seeded and how much time is between the draws and the end of the season, every game I've been to so far has been seeded correctly. The higher seed has won each one. Actually, no, that's not true. Ontario was the 4 seed yesterday. They beat Norwalk, who's a 3 seed. But it was a 5-set thriller, so I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. It was a very close, tight game, and it's only right those were just 1 seed apart. Nice kill out of Mansfield Christian. Ward gets it done. She'll go take a seat right after. Thomas sets back for Wilson off the block. That's what you need if you're Mansfield Christian. High deflections, and then on the other side, you bounce it off the sides. That goes out of bounds off the block for the Flames. So a good timeout from Coach Barbara. And this will be an ace from the libero, Mackenzie Webb. Webb, by far, leads his team in aces, 72 on the season. It's a high number, folks. Back set going to Nelson, off the block, keeping it up. Nelson with the send-off. Got to go to Wilson again, right? And they do, but it's rejected. Kramer connects with Rayburn on the group block. We're tied at 18. This ball careens off a platform. Another ace. Flames back in front. See what Webb can do here. Forces an odd up. And a miscommunication. Free ball out. First to 20 are the Flames. So always a good tell. We'll see a substitution. Try to bring in a new face in the back row for New London. Harper Clemens will try to help things out. Actually, she'll get moved to the front. They'll make sure to get in rotation. Thomas takes a step back, as does Wilson. Far side set, Yetter. Overpass by Mansfield Christian. Good up by the Flames. They'll return it. Set by Clemens to Nelson. Wilson, my mistake, gets the kill. Wilson trying to will these Wildcats to a tight set one win. They trail by 1 at the moment. Tough ball. An ace from Ringler. Far side swing off the block. Bailey Nelson gets herself inserted back into this game. It's Flames 21, Cats 20. Good up by the back row. Cook with the dig. Tight ball to the net. That'll favor the bigger, stronger Wilson every single time. She'll go back to serve. Wilson the set to Thomas. This will sail out. Points getting more and more important as the Flames continue to hold on to this lead they've had for some time. Since their head coach called a timeout to try and swing momentum, she's done a good job in doing that. Kramer just off the tape. Thomas forced to send it over. Miscommunication. Looked like Kramer was going to dig it up, but running gets a hand in there and forces a wayward pass. High serve out of Yetter. Running underneath it, Granter the set. This ball will sail out. Cats have the lead late. They were in the driver's seat for much of this set. They let it go recently. Now they're trying to take it back when they need it to. High serve, Yetter. Granter gets underneath it. Wilson the swing, up by Thomas. She'll get the third contact off the block and down. Wildcats have the first set point of the night in game 2 of this sectional doubleheader. Timeout, Mansfield Christian. That's their final one of this set. Both teams desperate for some rhythm. Both of them on 3-game losing streaks as they ended the regular season in that fashion. But both of them played solid competition. Here they are taking on each other. And we've got a 24-22 game. We'll see how it ends up. Shifting gears to New London just to talk about the Firelands Conference. It was one of the more competitive ones. But it was deceptively competitive because Monroeville ran out and won a Firelands title unbeaten, 14-0, but that's a great team. Outside of that, you got St. Paul, Western Reserve, Crestview, New London, and South Central. This was a 6-deep conference. 6 of the 8 teams, very competitive this year. Roll to the middle, tight one to the net. Violation on New London. They'll call it on Clemens. So give the Flames a point. It'll be set point number 2 for New London. Clemens, another set to Thomas off the block. Great dig by Kramer. Clemens again going back to Thomas. All close to the net. Kept out by Granter. Swing by Nelson. Joust at the net. Won by the Flames. We're tied. We're going to have extra points. Got to win by 2 here in volleyball. A deuce here at Buckeye Central High School. However, New London wins it right back. The kill from Thomas. So be set point number 3. for the Lady Wildcats. High ball from Clemens. Sophomore sends in a bullet. Wilson plays it conservative, and it throws off the defense. It was a high ball, just wanted to make sure she had clean contact. Well, she had more than that. Dumps it down right in front of the libero. Deuce again. Setter dump does not work. The block was ready. Sydney Wilson showing out in the last 2 points. And this will force a New London timeout. Great 2-point swing as she is being herded by her Flame teammates by the junior Sydney Wilson. Show you a montage of these last couple of points here. How we have kind of gotten to this point. Wilson continues to dominate. On the other side, a battle of both Wilsons here. Pailee Wilson for New London, Sydney Wilson for Mansfield Christian, both doing what they can to try to give their team this set. It is set point number 1 for Mansfield Christian compared to the 3 we've seen out of New London. Thomas moves to setter, near side swing. That one nearly gets down, but Kramer does another good job. Back to Thomas. Kramer digs it up. All over the back row. Nelson taps to the corner. Good eyes by Ringler. Near side swing. This will nearly get down. And now a whistle. Violation underneath the net will be called on Natalie Weaver for New London, and that's how the set ends. Flames on their first set point capitalize and win an extended set 27-25. We'll take a break, come back live and free, see if the Lady Flames can add to their total on the OH Report and the NFHS Network.
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards Checking. It's our superpower.
Did you know that every parent in Ohio may now choose the right school for their child? Hi, I'm Dr. Cy Smith, Superintendent at Mansfield Christian School. Thanks to new legislation, all of Ohio's children are now eligible for a school voucher. No matter where you live, everyone qualifies, and 80% of Ohioans qualify for the full voucher amount. We are so excited for Christian families who can now align their child's education with their Christian values at a private school like Mansfield Christian. Give them the truth that they desperately want and need. Give them a Christian education. You can find out more information at mcsflames.org or call 419-756-5651.
I didn't think our staff would even notice that we switched cleaning companies, but they did right away. They noticed that the office was cleaner, that things were bright, more vibrant, and that created a more positive working environment for us. There's always a potential to spread illness if our building isn't as clean as it possibly could be. Having Pinnacle in our building to make sure that it's as clean and safe and healthy as it can be helps us take the best care of our patients. It's family owned and operated, they're local, which means a lot to us.
Tonight's presentation of high school sports is brought to fans by Fawcett Tax Services. Professional services you can trust. Request a free consultation at fawcettax.com.
had a tight and competitive set number 1 here from Buckeye Central. Welcome to game 2 of this doubleheader tonight between Buckeye Central and Winford, a game that ended in a bucket sweep here at home. And now we've got the Lady Flames up 1-0 from Mansfield Christian over New London. New London and the Lady Wildcats send over the first serve. This will be set by Granter for the Flames. This goes off the block and down for Chelsea Ward. Mansfield Christian fanned the flame of the Wildcats side. They had 3 set points in set 1, did not fade. They got their own set point, and on their first try, they ended it. Won it 27-25. Pailee Wilson, open gap in that block, and not much you can do when you give her that much space. Fawcett Tax Accounting Services gives you the replay. Shout out to them, along with our New London Athletic Boosters and Mansfield Christian School, bringing you tonight's live and free coverage. Thomas, quick set, attempted light tap. That one blocked. Tight ball, hits off the tape on a New London side. Kramer can't stay out of the net. She knew it right away. Heading to our Facebook comment sections. The chat's going crazy right now. Shout out to Charisse cheering on Chelsea Ward and the Lady Flames. Catherine Webb cheering on Adele Kramer and the Flames. Sammy along with Brittany also cheering on Mansfield Christian as New London scores. Leslie and Corey along with Trish would be happy about that point. All cheering on the Cats tonight. Make sure to let us know where you're watching from, live and free, here on the OH Report. Cats lead 3-1. New London resetting. This one rejected. However, we continue the volley. Ward goes to the back corner. Great up by Ringler. Bad spot, however, for that ball to land as Yetter cannot make anything with it. Same situation, different side, near side. The Flames score to tie it up at 3. As we see Mackenzie Webb continue to torch this back row, and it'll force the Wildcats into a rotation they made in set 1. This is their strongest back row to field serves, but it doesn't matter. Webb again with the ace. Great location on the serve. We'll see where she goes this time. She'll go right on the far line. It probably was going to drop down if it didn't get hit. So great stuff from Mackenzie. Great swing here for the Flames. 3 straight aces. Ringler gets a grip of this one. Yetter tries to spot. This will be overpassed, and it's a yummy ball. Pailee Wilson. It's kind of just now registering to me how similar in name. We've got 2 stars on both sides. You've got Pailee Wilson taking on Bailey Nelson on the other side. And then you got Sydney Wilson also for Mansfield Christian. I've had to catch myself a few times. This one's easy. Adele Kramer gets the kill. (6-4) Flames. Long way to go for Thomas. She's able to get there. This ball up by Granter. Near side, they'll go back to Kramer. Tap over the block. Standing swing just behind the 10-foot line. Yetter sends it over for New London. Here goes Kramer. Another kill for her. Starting to stack them up here tonight. As here goes the aforementioned Bailey Nelson back to serve again. Lefty puts some power on it, forces an overpass. Good chance for the Flames. Up the middle, this one down. Bella Rayburn. Great stretch of play out of these Flames. This one sent straight to the tape. Cats gifted a point there to put a halt to a solid run out of Mansfield Christian. And Nelson will take a seat after that run at the service line. She'll get to watch on as her teammates try to stack on. Yetter the free ball. Set, near side, off the block. Great up by Yetter. And Nelson a two-hand tap over. Setter dump. This one will not go down, and it's going to be wrong side of the antenna. That was a great effort by New London. Just Wilson could not keep it in as it flew over the net. Kramer working far side on her serve. Nice bullet just over the tape. Far side, this one blocked. Primary touch from Rayburn. Granter going back to Rayburn. Yetter's been ready for those dinks here as of late. Sydney Wilson back into the game, has her shot blocked. This one will be yummied up. Rides the tape. We continue on. Great dig out of Webb. And a free ball. Power Friendship gets it over. Thomas, far side. Yetter off the block. Best volley of the night so far. Great up out of Pylent. And it ends with some rough passing between Flames. Cats get a big one. Addison Yetter, after some great plays in the front row, will now get to serve. Sophomore listed as an outside, where she's been most of the time. Also listed as a defensive specialist. That's where she'll be here after the serve. But not for long. Flames lead by 4. Rayburn, one of 2 seniors for this Mansfield Christian squad. Rough send over. Came off of the fingers funny of Harper Clemens. Thomas standing swing, easily dug up by Kramer. She's been everywhere so far. Ward, light tap, back to Thomas. Goes over the block, overpass. Yummy ball can't be slammed down. We continue on. Wilson blocked. And this one over. Kramer with the swing of the bat, it looked like. Far side, Thomas off the block. It's still up. This defense has been spectacular. This time they'll go to the middle. It's out. No touch. Point Mansfield Christian. They've doubled the score of New London. It's a timeout from Sarah Thomas by the Lady Wildcats. Flames head into the huddle hyped. They just look exhausted after all of those volleys. This has been a great second set if you love long plays. And at the forefront of this attack for Mansfield Christian has been Adele Kramer. You're going to see a couple of highlights from as of late. Spotting the corner there. She's just been everywhere. And not just on her attacks, which is all that you're going to see on these replays, but some fantastic digs in this game too. It is 12-6 Flames. New London out of the huddle. Mansfield Christian's been chilling out on the floor. They're ready to go. Served by Rayburn. A low pass. This will work out. Nice coach's point from Sarah Thomas on the sidelines. Credit the kill to Klaus. Brooke Klaus, the middle, for this New London squad. Topspin serve right to Webb. Nice reception. They'll go to Ward. Two-hand touch shot. Thomas blocked, but out. New London starting to build something. They come out of the timeout with a 2-0 run. We'll see a free out of Ward. Tight to the net. This one blocked down. And that one generous off the tape. Harper Clemens kind of threw off Ward, who was going to put it up, and then it veered away from her. Reception by Kramer. That's what we're talking about. She's been everywhere. Set from Clemens. Thomas, standing swing, tries with the roll shot. Side swing, and Ward finds the line. Official right there to make the call. Looked awfully close. 13-9 Mansfield Christian. Up by Clemens. Set. Near side. Blocked. Ward again. Wilson there as well, but I believe Chelsea got all of this ball. Setter continues to work, but that'll go out, so she'll step to the back row. Sophia Granter. Ringler on the other side with a solid serve. Ward forced to the second touch. Bailey Nelson. As this ball lands in play, a little awkward looking out of Mansfield Christian as they let that drop. Just nobody knew who was covering that far side. Here go the Cats, down by 3. Ringler yet again. Free ball, scooped up. Clemens goes far side. Thomas, two-hand tap to the campfire. Nicely crafted. Brings the deficit to 2. Tough reception, kept it out of the net. Nelson forces a yummy ball. Great dig by Ringler. Thomas blocked. Good reflexes. Chance for the Flames. And they'll use it. Nelson eats up the back row as it looked like Yetter just had that one eat up her hands. Far side. This one pinned down Wilson. Starting to see that back and forth affair that we did in the first set as we sit halfway through this one. Flames lead 1-0. They also lead 15-13, make it 16-13. Another good play by Ward. Seems like every time she makes a great play, she, in sequence, goes to the bench. She sits down again. Webb into serve. That ball down. Her ace party continues. I've done a horrible job keeping count, but she has had a number of them so far. Thomas, a last-ditch effort to get that over the net. Well, it did, but not in play. Free ball from the Wildcats. Granter sets behind her. Easy up for Thomas. Far side. Yetter leaves it short. Lead balloons to 6. Back row attack. Yummy ball opportunity. Wilson doesn't do anything too crazy. A bunch of spin on that ball. Really all she had to do is just make sure she touched it and stayed out of the net. She did both. This one tails to the net. Service error from Pailee Wilson. Flames get to 20. It's another timeout. Checking in elsewhere. Good chance to visit Colonel Crawford High School, as they had a game there between Colonel Crawford and, I believe, Bucyrus. Crawford came out with the win in that game. South Central taking on Seneca East. Another display of the N10 with Seneca East trailing a set to Firelands' opponent that had gotten the best of New London a couple times this year. Out of the timeout, we will see Nelson get us back in play. Nice ball over the top. That'll end up in bounds. I don't think Wilson was expecting to see that go down for a kill, but she does get it. Another coach's point for Coach Thomas. Bullet near sideline, forced to be played. Good up by Cook. Thomas gets underneath the ball, goes to Yetter. Dig by Webb. Kramer back in the game, looking to make an impact. Setter dumped to the campfire. Gracie Thomas. Beautifully placed. Hadn't done it often. And that's when it's the most dangerous, when you don't see it from her for a while. You know it's in the back of her mind that she wants to get one down. And there she did. Kramer tried to go power touch, goes straight down to the net. Cats building some momentum, down 3 now. This time they'll go Rayburn's way. Thomas to the middle, easy up for the Flames. Near side, Kramer finds a gap, that'll go to the bleachers. Nice catch by Zach Holden. Looks like he's already writing up his article for Buckeye Central over there. Of course, they got the convincing sweep over Winford in game 1 of this doubleheader. Ball close to the net. We'll see Thomas send this. Unintentional send-off from Mansfield Christian as that was punched away by Rayburn. And then an overall awkward play ends up in a New London point. Look at this again. As Kramer was thrown off by the libero who backed off last second. Served by Yetter. Thomas, second contact, free, just over the net by Adele. Same case here, but Thomas starting to stack up some kills. New London down by 2. Substitution, Maya running off. In comes Bailey Nelson to help in the back. This ball short. It spelled danger for Mansfield Christian if it did end up spilling off onto their side, but fortunate enough. This ball up the middle, sailed out by Klaus. 23-19. Red alert here for the Wildcats as Thomas has that one dug up in the back nicely by Rayburn, but the free ball does not make it past the net. Crucial time to get a sub if you're New London. In comes Natalie Weaver. Still no Pailee Wilson. She stays on the bench. This ball just out. And that will bring up set point for the Flames. They have a chance to make it a 2-0 lead. New London will prepare accordingly. Rianne Mitchell enters the game for the first time today. Out of system. Sent by Ringler. Chance for the Flames. Set back to Nelson. She gets it done. It's a 2-0 lead from the 5th-seeded Flames. Took the first one 27-25. They improve on it here, 25-20. Set number 3 coming up next from Buckeye Central High School on the OH Report and the NFHS Network.
Feel like I should go. Feel like I should feel like
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards Checking. It's our superpower.
Did you know that every parent in Ohio may now choose the right school for their child? Hi, I'm Dr. Cy Smith, Superintendent at Mansfield Christian School. Thanks to new legislation, all of Ohio's children are now eligible for a school voucher. No matter where you live, everyone qualifies, and 80% of Ohioans qualify for the full voucher amount. We are so excited for Christian families who can now align their child's education with their Christian values at a private school like Mansfield Christian. Give them the truth that they desperately want and need. Give them a Christian education. You can find out more information at mcsflames.org or call 419-756-5651.
I didn't think our staff would even notice that we switched cleaning companies, but they did right away. They noticed that the office was cleaner, that things were bright, more vibrant, and that created a more positive working environment for us. There's always a potential to spread illness if our building isn't as clean as it possibly could be. Having Pinnacle in our building to make sure that it's as clean and safe and healthy as it can be helps us take the best care of our patients. It's family owned and operated, they're local, which means a lot to us.
Tonight's presentation of high school sports is brought to fans by Fawcett Tax Services. Professional services you can trust. Request a free consultation at fawcettax.com.
Well, do not doubt the Mansfield Christian Flames, despite being the underdogs here via seeding, as the number 5 squad in this district leads 2-0. over these New London Lady Wildcats. It looks like there's an official motioning over towards the bleachers. Maybe like a noisemaker that is made its way to the bleachers that the officials wanted to get in front of. Nonetheless, we start set 3 and New London cashes in with the score. Was it on the far side, near side? Well, if we're talking about distracting, I'll get to it here after this point. Set to Pailee Wilson. Can't get the kill there. Ball sent back. Cats with the 1-0 advantage. Wilson, another send over. Up the middle, they go to Ward. She has blocked a solo block for Pailee. But if we're talking about distracting, noisemakers, they're just one part of the story. I'm seeing a lot of Hawaiian shirts on the opposite side that have caught my eye throughout this game, throughout this doubleheader. They've been here all day. Yeah, very loud in a different way, absolutely. This will be a double contact called on Nelson. You'll see two-hand transfer. A lot of spin on the ball as it went over. My producer shrugging his shoulders. He doesn't know what a double contact is. I'll tell him after the broadcast. How about that ball winning a point for the Flames? It's their first score here. It's a very complicated rule that changed last year. I'll chat away with you. Ball up I'm sure he's excited about that. Ball punched out by Kramer. Thomas. Far side, Nelson out of bounds. So Bailey Nelson with the error on that. Cats lead 4-1. Haley Pylant on drive on the serve, up by Cook. Kramer. How about that placement? Just gets to the side of the block, does not touch the antenna. That's as close as you can get without it being a violation. Error on the Flames side gives us back to New London, who leads 5-2 in set number 3. If you're just joining us, Flames lead it 2-0. They had a real good rally at the end of the first set to win a tight one, 27-25. This ball out of bounds by the Flames. Cats extend their lead to 4. And then the second set, Flames settled in, won it 25-20. Kramer just behind the 10-foot line, easily dug up. Pylant there. This one up the middle for Klaus. Yetter this time, way out. Nearly left the gym as well. Shout out to some more comments. Sandra, go Lady Cats. Chris, go Lady Cats. Norma, go Lady Cats. Christina, also cheering on New London, along with Diane. And then Sandy jumping in to chant on Mansfield Christian. Another score from New London makes it 7-3. Cut shot attempt will miss out of bounds from Kramer. And that will trigger a timeout out of Coach McCleary. Flames will chat things up, down by 5 early in this set. Want to check in elsewhere? As we look at these replays here before this first time out. Lady Cats starting to build some momentum. New London just trying to keep it together for an entire set. Taking it out here now. You see the Lady Flames score. South Central looking to close this out. They're up by 1 in that second set. They took the first one as well. On the call over there, Travis Berardi along with Josh Banks. Far side, swing by Thomas. Kept up by Webb. However, nobody there for the second contact. It's a point for the Lady Cats. Underneath this, Clemens set to the middle. Klaus, roll shot easily dug up by Webb. Kramer now sends it to the net. It's exciting for us here at the OH Sport because right now we've got 3 Firelands Conference teams in action. We checked in on South Central just a few moments ago. Also Western Reserve over playing at Willard. Chris Bliley on the call over there. This ball misses short. Flames get back to the service line. But over there, Lady Rough Riders trying to stay alive with their season. They're up against Edison, who leads 2-0. Tap off the block. Klaus is blocked. Great dig by Webb. We continue on. And Klaus gets in the way. Point for the Flames. Heading back now and taking a look over at Willard. Is that a new gym? Are they not playing at the Haas? Do they play at the middle school? Or they play at the middle school gym? I was wondering that because Chris sent me a picture of his setup as this ball's freed by New London, and they're going to get the point off of it. Lady Cats stacking up points, 12-5. This ball lands in play. Sydney Wilson, the kill. Bella Rayburn will get us going again. High ball, easily in play, scooped up by Yetter. Klaus has this one blocked, but it goes way out of bounds. That block kicked it to the corner for 3. That's the wrong sport. Ringler, another serve just over the tape. Set close to the net, Ward blocked. They wanted to make the argument, New London, that that was not touched. They thought it was 4 hits, but we continue on. Free ball from the Flames. Set far side, Gracie Thomas. Can't find the corner. Pailee Wilson misses short on her swing, had to run to the side to get a good contact on it. Definitely threw off her rhythm. Sophia Granter back to serve. Underneath it, Clemens. Back to Thomas. Nice dig by Granter. Webb, bump set. Standing swing, not going to get enough height. Cats 14, Flames 8. This ball back up the middle. Pailee Wilson. I mean, you go away from her so long, and now you get back to her, and you get the chance. To see plays like that go through. Ward, that hits off of the top of her head, and that helps them keep it alive. However, Kramer launches this out. My producer has given me a triple box. Of course, you are not seeing this on the air, but I get to see all three Firelands teams in action. Only one of which is in a lead. Lady Trojans from South Central looking like they're gonna potentially close out a second set and take a 2-0 lead over Seneca East. Lady Chargers of Edison currently on top over Western Reserve. Seeing some replays from the last couple of plays. This timeout, of course, a lot of pep talk going on between both sides, but playing some ABBA and can't help but jiggle. Both teams were dancing as they were being yelled commands by their coaches. Gracie Thomas out of the timeout. Cats have doubled the score of the Flames here in this set. Bailey Nelson does not care. She gets a kill. Coach's point for Coach McCleary. Top spin serve received by Ringler. Set, going back to Wilson. Uses the tape nicely. Kramer receives the serve. Long way to go for Cook. She gets it done. Tight ball to the nets. Played. Both sides get a touch. And now this one sails out looking for a touch. Did they get it? They did. That one touched by Mansfield Christian. Give the point over to the Cats. It's 18-9. We could show you as many replays as we want. We do not have the 8K cameras that college volleyball now has that go right up against the net. If you've ever seen a volleyball broadcast, you'd be impressed by some of the cameras they have up on the nets. Ace out of New London. It's 19-9. Despite being down 0-2, New London has shown no signs of stopping. They're going to try to make a full-on comeback. We saw the same thing happen last night in our other doubleheader that we covered between Ontario and Norwalk. Warriors took the first two sets, and then Norwalk came out, forced to fifth, and a competitive one at that. Warriors still won the game, but it was a very tight, great game. Tight ball. This one will go to Mansfield Christian. A reach over called on Wilson. Crucial rotation here if you're Mansfield Christian. As you score another point here, you've got your best server back on the line. Mackenzie Webb, a number of aces tonight. You want to see her add to her total in a big way. This bullet serve, however, Wilson does a good job fielding it, sails this out. Flames within 7. Another ball. This one falls to the deck. There's another ace. Timeout, New London. They sense the urgency here because they know 21 in red is dangerous. Back where she is right now, they've got a game plan for her. Four in a row out of these Lady Flames. They were down 19-9. Obviously, if you do the math there, but this is a good stretch out of the Lady Flames, forcing a timeout from Sarah Thomas to chat with her team. And a nice ace there. She's very good with the low bullet serves that just go high enough so they don't hit the net. We'll see what has been drawn up by Coach Thomas. High ball from Webb. Fielded. Try to go to the corner. Mansfield Christian needs some solid attacks. New London simply needs to get out of this rotation. Nelson off the block. Thomas back to Wilson. Big point for New London. They get to 20. Webb's no longer serving. Overpass on the serve. However, a double contact. Flames get it back. They'll have another decent server. Not nearly as efficient as Webb, but you've got Bailey Nelson now. High ball. There's an ace. Don't look now, but the Flames slowly crawling back here in this set as I'm looking at our 3-box that we have upstairs. Edison gets the win. They take down Western Reserve, so the Rough Riders season ends tonight. Another ace here against another Firelands school. Yetter takes a seat. New substitution, Rayanne Mitchell back in. Senior opposite, also a defensive specialist. There's back-to-back-to-back aces. How many times have we seen a stretch from Mansfield Christian in this game where they have just simply dominated at the service line? They do it again. Can they make it a fourth? This time fielded. Far side swing, out of bounds. Flames are within 2. Other Firelands team in action, Lady Trojans from South Central. They let that set slip by. It's now tied over there. 1-1 against Seneca East. This ball out. Flames within striking distance. High ball again from Nelson. Side spin on the serve. Easy scoop for the Flames. Up the middle, Rayburn. Dug by Pilot. And this taking over. Flames. Just something else going on right now with that defense. Yummy ball. This one kept up over by Rayburn. Thomas a standing swing. They'll live to see another attack. Kramer, they'll feed her. Ringler close to the net. Another tap, long volley. Granter up the middle, Rayburn out of bounds. And the Cats break the run, lead by 2. That was huge if you're a Lady Cat fan. Harper Clemens comes into the game. This ball out just barely, awfully close. Look at this again, thanks to Fawcett. Adele Kramer. Top spin just over the net. We're tied. What a comeback we are seeing out of Mansfield Christian right now. And it turns into a timeout. It's the final timeout for Coach Thomas. And she is very much animated over in their huddle right now. This all comes thanks to Bailey Nelson, who has helped them with her serving get close into this game. You're seeing a sequence here brought to you by Fawcett. Here goes Nelson with the kill earlier on in this one. And here she goes, stepping back to that service line where she had great success before this timeout. 21s across the board. Would be quite the story if the Flames fought all the way back to earn themselves a sweep. They take the lead. Adele Kramer at the service line, looking to add to what has already been a spectacular day. Adele, another send-off received by Pilot. Far side set, tapped over, easy scoop for the Flames. Second contact, Campfire was ready. Granter to the middle, Rayburn stays out of the net, pokes it over twice. Thomas steps it back. Thomas, Kramer, free ball coming. Clemens with the dump, wanted up by Webb, and it's taken back by Kramer. My goodness, what a play. Flames up by 2, and this set is turned on its head. Kramer goes right at the libero, Ringler, who has to send this up by Webb. She's also had a fantastic game. This one, however, taken to the net. Cats keep it from being match point. Harper Clemens. Webb receives, set up the middle, Rayburn. Impending match point for Mansfield Christian. The Flame student section on their feet, parents joining them. All right by us. And there it is. The Flames with Rayburn get the ace, they get the sweep. They were down by 10 in this set. They fought all the way back from 19-9 to secure the straight set victory. They will play next week at Shelby against Buckeye Central. 3-0 win, Flames in 3 on the OH Report. We'll take a break. Adele Kramer will join us upstairs as your MVP.
Feel like I should go. Feel like I should, feel like I should, feel like I should, feel like I should flow.
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards Checking. It's our superpower.
Did you know that every parent in Ohio may now choose the right school for their child? Hi, I'm Dr. Cy Smith, Superintendent at Mansfield Christian School. Thanks to new legislation, all of Ohio's children are now eligible for a school voucher. No matter where you live, everyone qualifies, and 80% of Ohioans qualify for the full voucher amount. We are so excited for Christian families who can now align their child's education with their Christian values at a private school like Mansfield Christian. Give them the truth that they desperately want and need. Give them a Christian education. You can find out more information at mcsflames.org or call 419-756-5651.
I didn't think our staff would even notice that we switched cleaning companies, but they did right away. They noticed that the office was cleaner, that things were bright, more vibrant, and that created a more positive working environment for us. There's always a potential to spread illness if our building isn't as clean as it possibly could be. Having Pinnacle in our building to make sure that it's as clean and safe and healthy as it can be helps us take the best care of our patients. It's family owned and operated, they're local, which means a lot to us.
Tonight's presentation of high school sports is brought to fans by Fawcett Tax Services. Professional services you can trust. Request a free consultation at fawcettax.com.
Time now for your MVP of this one. A lot of love for Adele Kramer as she was, as the graphic says, quite literally everywhere for this team against New London. Congratulations. Fantastic win for you guys. You guys were down 19-9 in set number 3. You climb all the way back to get a big win. What went through the huddles, the timeouts? What got you guys ready for a comeback right there?
I'd have to say our energy. We were really energetic first and second set, and then after that we were really like mellow and low. But then after the huddle that Bella told us we need to celebrate everything. So we celebrated everything and we cleaned up our serves. So yeah.
And the job got done. So talk to me about some of your teammates. Show some love to them. How did they help get this win?
Okay, first of all, I love every single one of them so much. Literally all of them are like my best friends. Specifically Bella, she's my senior buddy. We're the only seniors this season. My setter, my back row, I love you guys. All the other girls that showed up, Sydney. I just love Sydney. I love all of them. They're so great.
And it's only right that Bella got the ace to end the game.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So now you guys move on. Next week, going to go play over at Shelby. Got a tough Buckeye Central squad. but it's going to be a lot of practice here to get ready for that game. Take me through the next couple of days.
We're definitely going to work on serving and our coverage because Buckeye Central is a really tough team. They've got a lot of hard servers, so we need to match that. Hustling, I'd say just pretty much the basics that we've been going over the whole season.
All right, Adele, as the games go on, you're continuing to fight for your career. Do you have a final message to your opponents as you get ready for basically win or go home the rest of the way out?
Watch out.
I love it. I love it. Look into that camera. Give your shout-outs.
First of all, shout out to God. I can't do anything without him. Shout out to my parents for always being there. Shout out to my volleyball family, my coaches, all my friends and family that showed up to all my games. My little brother Weiler, he's pretty happy. But yeah, and Mr. Branham, and Oliver occasionally.
All right, Adele Kramer, big game today, big game from the entire Flames roster. Give us one more cheer. Your MVP tonight. We'll be back on the Illich Report.
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards Checking. It's our superpower.
Did you know that every parent in Ohio may now choose the right school for their child? Hi, I'm Dr. Cy Smith, Superintendent at Mansfield Christian School. Thanks to new legislation, all of Ohio's children are now eligible for a school voucher. No matter where you live, everyone qualifies, and 80% of Ohioans qualify for the full voucher amount. We are so excited for Christian families who can now align their child's education with their Christian values at a private school like Mansfield Christian. Give them the truth that they desperately want and need. Give them a Christian education. You can find out more information at mcsflames.org or call 419-756-5651.
I didn't think our staff would even notice that we switched cleaning companies, but they did right away. They noticed that the office was cleaner, that things were bright, more vibrant, and that created a more positive working environment for us. There's always a potential to spread illness if our building isn't as clean as it possibly could be. Having Pinnacle in our building to make sure that it's as clean and safe and healthy as it can be helps us take the best care of our patients. It's family owned and operated, they're local, which means a lot to us.
Tonight's presentation of high school sports is brought to fans by Fawcett Tax Services. Professional services you can trust. Request a free consultation at fawcettax.com.
Time now for your post-game show presented by the New London Athletic Boosters. New London, they head home after this game tonight. A rough loss via the sweep to Mansfield Christian here tonight. New London, a senior-heavy squad, will be having some emotional farewells at the end of this one tonight. Want to shout out all of those seniors ending their careers here tonight. Ava Ringler, the libero for this team. Brooke Klaus, a middle hitter that had some great plays in this game, along with Haley Pylant, Kelsey Pailee, Pailee Wilson, and Gracie Thomas, along with Rayanne Mitchell. Shout out to all of them. Great. New London Lady Wildcats had some fantastic moments. They went all the way to a regional semifinal last year. Don't forget that. Great things for this volleyball program in the last couple of seasons. But tonight was all about Mansfield Christian as how they fought in the first set. They had 3 set points against them in favor of New London, and they still found a way to win in that game. 27-25. Then they run out and win 25-20 in set number 2, and then set number 3. Talk about adversity. 19-9 they were down to New London. They fight all the way back. And just doing the math in my head, that is a 14-3 run to end the game as Mansfield Christian pulls off the sweep tonight. Both teams came in 11-11. Mansfield Christian, they had themselves and at least clinch a 500 record to end their season, even if they were to lose next week to a Buckeye Central squad that they will meet in Shelby. That will do it for us here tonight on the OH Reports, as We want to direct you elsewhere if you're still tuning in with us. Another Firelands Conference squad in South Central fighting over at Colonel Crawford. They are playing over against, South Central and Seneca East. They're playing Seneca East. Head over to Channel 4. Travis Berardi has the call there. That will wrap up our coverage tonight on the OH Report. Thanks to our sponsors rolling through your screen one final time. Shout out to my producer, Adam Thompson, my camera operator, Brandon Powell. We are going to head on out of here, and we will see you tomorrow for some Friday night football on the OH Report.